Okay, so in today's session, what we do is like we'll discuss about GL interface. Okay, so first thing is we have to understand how do we create a particular transaction manually, okay, through the front end, and then using interface approach, we'll just try to learn it. Okay, so now we'll not get detail into what is GL and all those things. We'll just understand how do you create a GL transaction, GL in what is a GL general transaction, and just in which table it affects, and then based on that, we'll just understand technically like if you want to design interface, how do we design it? That's what we have to consider. So so you need to have general ledger super user responsibility. Okay,
Yes.
so in this generals,
Yes.
and here again, okay, just click on enter.
Okay.
Right, so now once you click on that, it will open this particular form. Here you can create journals in a batch mode or in a single mode. So just go with a single mode. See, the basic thing is general mean like when you say batch. So simple example is like generally when you buy any of the product, generally like biscuits or like a tablets or tonics, you'll have batch number. So what they do is like
Yes.
they'll be just generally like they'll be processing something in a set of a batch, a kind of a set.
Okay.
That's the only purpose. Just grouping the set of journals into a particular batch, so that while like while validating or while posting it, like you can do a batch wise kind of thing rather than a single transaction kind of thing. Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
we'll just go with new journal here. Yeah. So by default, when you open like once you click on new journal, if you observe here, there are few things which got defaulted, right? These
Yes.
few things which got
Yes.
defaulted, it all depends on what? Depends upon the ledger operating unit which you have assigned to that particular responsibility. So in Oracle ERP,
Yes.
anything which gets defaulted in a particular screen, it all depends upon your responsibility, nothing but your org specific functionality, org specific data,
Okay.
right? So
Hmm.
let's save it. Right? Create journal, and it depends upon the
Yeah.
OU. OU, which is assigned or the responsibility. Okay, and you can observe those particular set of profiles also here. If you observe here, help diagnostics, examine profiles, and just search for GL percentile or maybe ledger ID or something. GL access ID, GL default, these all things, and maybe you can try for ledger. No,
These are the profiles, right?
yes, set of books.
Exactly what we are finding.
No, when you open a particular GL screen, so now here by default it is displaying ledger as vision operations. So how this is getting this particular
Yes.
information? That I just want to show you that.
Okay. Okay.
So here you'll find GL access set ID, GL category, tendency adjustment default category. This was set based on your profile, and IC
Default GA
section
category. Okay.
ID, and GL, I remember GL validate. Okay, I think ledger ID is not there. SOB, try SOB. No. Okay, okay. I'll just ignore that. Now let's enter ledger name, a journal name, X journal name, and description test. So I'll just go with the default. I will not enter anything here. In the header, I'll just go with the default. In the lines, Now here, what are we doing here is like we are creating a journal, and header level we just got the default data. We just entered our journal name. Now the line level, what you require is you require line number, account, what you say, the code combination, and then the debit or credit amount.
Yeah.
So it's very simple to, like when you open your internet banking account, when you see a transaction, you'll have a transaction name, generally transaction date,
Yes.
transaction name, followed by debit or credit. Okay.
Yes.
The same thing we are doing this. So here we have to mention what is account. So these account details will come up when you design your, what is that? Your chart of account segments, right?
Yes.
Those things. So I'll just select particular account here. I'll just say debit as 100.
Hmm.
In the same way, I'll select another account where I have to mention credit as 100. So generally it has to be balanced. When you just create a journal, it always has to be balanced. Number like a sum of
Yeah, it
credit
has
is
to
called
be
the sum of debit. Sum of debit is called sum of credit.
debits. Yes.
So just save it. Now
Yes.
the journal got created. Okay. So now here, if you observe, the top level is header, we generally call it as, and the below level is called lines. So just observe there are two tables involved here, GLJE headers and GLJE lines.
Yes.
Select GLJE. So GL means general ledger, JE means general entry, and header tables, GLJE
Yeah.
headers. And here
Yes.
if you observe, there is no underscore all concept here, isn't it?
Okay.
So there are some tables
Yes.
which doesn't follow this underscore all concept. Order by creation date descending. So now, so this help diagnostics examine,
Entered creditor.
right? Header ID is this one. So here what we are getting is
Yeah.
not correct, right? We are not getting the proper one here.
Yes.
So where
Yeah.
JE header
JE
ID,
header ID.
right?
Yes. We got it. Yeah.
Manual January, this all, yeah, name. So can you see name? This is our name. So actually we
Yes.
should have done date created. It's not creation date. Creation date, it is taken a different one. We should have taken date created.
Yeah. It,
So in few tables, we have to properly follow some particular things, right? So that's a problem.
yes.
There is a, in some of the tables you'll not find that the same standard is followed. Okay. And you also, if you observe here, you have
Yes.
a batch ID. Even though, while what we have done, we have created the journal header directly, but still it created batch ID. Okay.
Yes.
So it will just
Yes.
create individual batch. Nothing but your batch will have only one particular record. So batch details will be available in
Okay.
the GLJ batches.
Okay.
Right, batch ID. And the batch, what happens is when you create journal directly, the batch name will be just journal name followed by your current date, current date and
Okay.
timestamp. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's observe this one. I'll just close
Yes.
here. Now journal, enter. So I'll just search for the batch. This is my batch name. You got only
Yes.
one particular journal entry
Oh.
here, right? One record. Very
Yes.
simple. Okay. So just click on review journal. So then you can observe what you have entered. And if you want to change it, you can change it. And there is a few things where, like you have an option called validate, you have an option called post, and these all things. We'll not discuss that as of now. Okay, so as of now, we
Hmm.
just observe the tables and also observe the line table also. Now, as of now, we just observe JE batches, JE headers, and observe the JE lines also. So you can consider the top level table for the journal is always batches, not the headers. Batches, headers, and then lines.
Okay.
GLJE lines. And really, I'm not sure why it doesn't have underscore all.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Hmm.
we have to consider this one JE header ID, not batch ID. Batch is available at the header level only. Now it should have two records,
At a level.
right? Line number. And also,
Hmm.
can you see ledger ID? Ledger ID is one. So ledger ID from where,
Hmm.
in which table you'll have the ledger ID?
In GL balances.
Ledger ID, boss. GL ledgers.
GL ledger. Sorry. Select star from GL ledgers. Where ledger ID is equal to
And in
1.
few of the tables, still you will find that the ledger ID is ledger. You may not have ledger ID, but you may have set of books ID.
Set of book ID.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Set of books ID.
And what is this code combination ID? Where can you get the code combination? Now here, what we have selected,
GL code combination.
we have selected this account, right? So how do you get the account information?
GL code combinations, from there we can get it.
Yeah. GL code combinations, KFE.
KFE, yeah, KFE, most probably. Concatenate segments as a column we will take.
Okay.
Concatenated segments. Yes, the code combination is equal to.
So this is what you have to use it.
Use it, yes.
So this is a segment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-level segment, 5-level concatenate segment. Okay. And here you have account type. Can you see here? Account type is expense. Another one, I don't know what is R, but generally account type you'll have it. So here, while selecting, we just selected one of the account here. We doesn't bother about what was the setup for this one, but in this all more of a functional kind of thing. Okay. Now we have observed 3 tables, and the next thing is like now we have just have a clarity. When you create a journal, it will affect 3 tables, right? Batches, headers, and lines.
Yes. Lines.
Clear? Okay. Now what we
Yes.
do is using interface approach, how do we create journal? Using interface approach, how do we create a journal? And what are the functionalities or what are the seeded functionality which Oracle has provided? So for this one, Oracle has provided
Yes.
only interface approach, no API approach.
Okay.
Okay. Interface table approach,
Okay.
I mean to say, or
Yes,
open
yes.
interface approach. Like this. So in the open interface approach, what is the expectation is that you'll have a data file, and this data file has to be uploaded into staging table. And from here, using a PL/SQL, custom PL/SQL, we have to upload the data into interface table, then call
Yeah,
the open
from
interface.
base table.
Call the open interface. Then this open interface, what it will do? It will upload the data into base table. So this is a total procedure
Base
of the
tables.
GL interface. And
Yes.
this approach can be used for wherever you have the open interface approach. It is not just specific to GL. The same approach will be applicable to wherever you have the open interface table approach. Okay. Now what we do is like here, like let us say, when you're working on a particular component for the first time, what happens is, like everyone, not only you, every developer will always want to validate their particular functionality at the earliest stage possible, right? Nothing but let us say you're
Yes.
just working on a particular component for the first time and you're not much aware of what it is, and you just want to perform the initial draft functionality at the earliest stage. And what is the expectation is that here, first basic thing we have to understand is which is the interface table and which is the seeded open interface program. He doesn't want to build the data staging table and all PL/SQL stuff. What we do is the best approach is just get your interface table and then
Yes.
identify the open interface. Okay. And
Yes.
once you finish these particular 2 things, you'll just get a good confidence saying that okay, what is happening and which table we have to upload and which program you have to run. Once you know these 2 things, and remaining is just as it is, you can just simply dumbly follow everything, right?
Okay. Yes.
So now in our case, what is the interface table we have to follow for GL? And other thing is like how do you know it? Let us say now GL means everyone knows it generally, but if you don't know, if you're working on a particular module which is very first, and even if you don't find much resources, the basic thing is metalink, or the other one is integrated SOA repository. Those are only 2 things. Integrated SOA.
Okay. What is second one? Integrated?
Integrated SOA
Okay,
gateway.
integrated SOA. Yeah, gateway.
From here we can get that information. Product family, interface type. So interface type is open interface. And which module? Financials. Do we have general ledger here? Financials.
No, we don't have it.
This is the problem here. It
Financials
doesn't
is
give
so-
much clarity here.
sorry.
Okay. In financials we have general ledger.
It's coming now.
Yeah. And financials general ledger. Now here, just try to find that. Right. General ledger, general entry,
Yeah.
open interface. Very simple. You got it right. It's an open interface approach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Click on this one. Now
Yes.
it will clearly mention that which is the open interface table, which is the serial program. Everything it will clearly mention that,
Okay.
and it clearly mention which is the
Mm,
table. GL interface is the table. GL interface, GL
yes.
underscore
GL
interface is to import general entry patches through general import.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And somewhere it will mention what is the open interface name also. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you see this is a name?
General
Open interface.
GLLEZL.
This is the
Okay.
name actually. Open interface general import is the name of that. Open interface. I think
Okay.
yeah. This is a name actually. This is a short name.
Okay.
Right. General import is a name. So here we have the name. Can you see here? This is a name actually.
Yes.
This one is a name. Okay.
Yes.
So always this integrated
Okay.
repository is one of the best help for that. The integrated server gateway.
Okay.
Yeah. So now
Okay.
we have found what is our name, what is the name of the open interface program, and what is the name of the interface table. So in our case, we just have only one open interface,
Yes.
one interface table. But in some other scenarios, maybe like if you consider the POs or sales order, you may have a multiple tables. But the approach is same again.
Yes. Okay.
Approach is just similar. The only difference is you may have multiple tables. But here in this particular one, actually, even though whenever you create any particular GL transaction, it will upload the data into three tables. But the concept which they have done is like such a
Hmm.
way that you just need to upload only GL interface table. Remaining it will take care. How to distribute the data into multiple tables, it will take care. We doesn't need to bother that. We just need to upload the data into GL interface.
Okay.
That is our responsibility. So now I'll just take the existing script.
Okay.
So what I will do is, so I'll
Hmm.
just try to upload the data into interface table directly. Okay.
This is the existing script.
Yes. But one more thing is like now here I have just hard coded everything here. As we know that like whenever you insert any data into GL, it always require one debit line and one credit line, isn't it? So when you are dealing
Yes.
with a particular interface table, you always need to know that which particular columns are mandatory. Okay, that you have to know it. Even
Yes.
though it's not
Yes.
your database level mandatory stuff. Just like a making like a having a
Yeah.
particular fields and mandatory doesn't matter, because it all depends upon your context settings also. Nothing but, let us say if you enter a particular value, there should be have a proper setup in your system, then only it will work. So those are all things you have to validate. It's not that much easy. Okay.
Yes. You're doing single insert, right?
No, there are two insert commands. One is for debit line and another is for the credit line.
Credit line. Okay.
Okay. Now I'll just insert this
Okay.
data. What I will do is, okay, I think it has inserted two
Hmm.
records or what. Let me check first.
Yes.
Okay. Select star from GL interface.
Date creation.
Okay, there are two records which got it inserted now, right? Creation date 29th.
Yes.
And observe
Yes.
observe the data what I have inserted here. Actual flag, user category name, manual, and any other name. These are my segment details.
Actual
Yeah.
actual flag. What could be A only?
That
What is actual flag?
I don't remember. So
Like, could you explain me that insert how you have taken all those values? Insert like.
that's what like why we have done the earlier transaction. We have done the earlier transaction to just get your sample data. So now we have done all the data, right? We got all this particular data. We created one record and we got all
Yes.
this data. So now when you want to design your sample script, what you have to do, whatever the data which you have here, using that
Hmm.
particular data, just prepare your insert script. So why are we preparing
Okay.
insert script now? Because see, like rather than designing everything and validating how it works, we're just designing a particular sample script so that we just want to validate the initial
Hmm.
functionality.
Okay.
So create your transaction first, get the data, based on the data, just prepare your insert script.
Okay. First, we have to create a general script. One general. Then we have to create two inserts commands, right?
Yes, one is for debit purpose and another is for credit purpose.
Credit purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
See here, if you observe the set of columns, very simple columns. You just have a ledger ID, source name, category name, creation date, all the segments, and the currencies. That's it. And there are a few columns.
Hmm.
If you observe here, we have to get all this data from your GL tables only. Like while that is the reason, like here if you observe group ID and there are a few columns which we don't know. What we have to do is just create a sample transaction, then only you'll get all this data.
Yes, yes.
That's the reason.
Definitely, I'll do
Yes,
that.
that's the reason I've done this way. Now perform commit first, right? Now what we
Hmm.
do is, so as of now here if you observe in the GL interface table, so here the value for ledger ID is null as of now, and the status is new, right? Status is new,
Yes.
and the value for ledger ID observe here. Sorry, value for the this one. What is JE header ID, right? Yeah, JE batch ID. This is null, right? JE header ID. These are all nulls as of now. Okay.
Hmm.
JE line number, everything is null as of now, right? So what we do is like let's run our import program.
Yes.
So import program generally like whenever any import program, whatever the module which you take, in that only you'll have the import program. And import program
Yes.
in some of the modules, import program directly it won't allow you to run as a concurrent program. I mean to say like you cannot click on view request kind of thing. You have to select, you have to run the
Yes.
program from the function. Now here general
Yes.
import, this way we have to do it.
Run.
Even though if you know the
Yes.
concurrent program also, still it will not allow you to run it.
Yeah.
Okay, run it.
Actually, you have to go in. Okay. Okay. Got
Yeah,
it now.
the reason is like while running the concurrent program only like it requires some set of parameter. That's the reason like they will not get enabled as directly running it. So
Yes.
now here we have to select manual like a source. So now here if you observe, it will auto populate the data. Just observe here. Sorry, source we have to select manual. In our case we selected, we have to select manual because the interface table what I have uploaded, the source I mentioned as manual. Can you see here somewhere? You'll have, yeah, manual.
Yeah. Manual.
Category name. Sorry, source
Okay.
name. Source name is manual. That's the reason I've selected manual source. And ledger I have to select it as vision operation because I have the value which I have like here if you observed, it is not even giving me any options. It's just uploading that particular vision operation directly. Okay.
Hmm.
And group ID. So group ID is nothing but like when you are uploading the data, like let us say there are multiple developers who are working on your same interface and you want to validate particular one source and you want to validate another source. What you can do is like you can while
Hmm.
inserting the data, make sure that you mention the group IDs. Now in our case, I mentioned the group ID as 1 2 3 4 5. Observe here somewhere the columns I have. Better what I do is I'll just select these columns, right? Can you see the group ID is
Hmm.
1 2 3 4 5?
Hmm.
The only reason is like here when you're validating multiple set of interfaces and if multiple developers are working or if you're getting your GL data from multiple sources, then you can mention a group ID and you can segregate your batch. That's the only purpose.
Hmm.
Specific group ID. Now here I need to select my value 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. If you don't
Hmm.
mention, let us say if you
Yeah.
don't mention group ID, what you can do, don't select any group ID. That's it.
Okay. None.
Yeah, none you can select. Now here it is asking like what do you want to do? Create summary generals, post error to suspend these all things. You can ignore all these options because even I'm not clear on this. But other important thing is import descriptive
Hmm.
flexi fields. So when you are importing general, let us say if you are getting flexifill data also, if you are getting flexifill data also, then you
Okay.
have to mention these particular things with validation or without validation.
Okay.
Okay. So as of now, in our case, we are not importing any flexifill, so we can just ignore that. You can just mention it as no.
Hmm. Okay.
Can import. Are you sure want to start general import? Yes. Your concurrent program is this one. Now go to view. Fine. Let's see what happens now. So understand the GL interface properly, then like any open interface you can design very effectively.
Yes.
So I like why I'm telling all this particular why you have to know how to create front end, why you have to know this insert script, because when you're designing something, like we don't want to design the total solution and find out how it is working, right? Initially we just need to go with a divide and conquer methodology, build the partial solution one by one, test
Yes.
it properly, test it step by step. Okay, now it got completed. Click on view output and this is the output of your program. Now it clearly tells you what happened, which was uploaded, what is the batch name, everything it will mention here. And you see the batch name which it got imported is, this is a batch name manual. This manual is nothing but your category name, source name, actually
Okay.
source name followed by actual flag, followed by group ID, followed by concurrent program ID. Very simple. This is a batch
Yes.
name. This will give, like whenever you upload anything, it always goes with this particular naming convention. So I'm not sure how do you rename it
Yeah.
to a different name, but this is how it follows the default. Now you can find out what is a journal, right? Click on enter, and here, 1 minute. Fine, give you a batch name. This is my batch name, right? Can you see?
Hmm. Yes.
Click on review journal. That's it. This is a manual journal which we created.
Yes.
Okay. If you want to mention DFFs, now here can you see we have a DFF at this level, line level, but this is not enabled, I guess. That's why it is not showing here. And just check out the header level. Yeah, header level it's got enabled, but line level they have not enabled.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Got some idea?
Yes. Yes.
And even the description also, if you observe here, general import followed by a concurrent program ID.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
We have seen the front end approach. We have seen the interface approach. Now we'll just see the total
Hmm.
automated approach. Nothing but like getting the data from your data file, uploading into staging table, all this particular process, right?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, prepare a data file. We have to know the data
Hmm.
file first. Okay. So what we require, first of all, we require data file.
Yes.
We require staging table. We require custom PL SQL API, and then we require seeded interface table. Then we require open interface. These all things we require. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let me get my data file. I hope I have it. Yeah, this may be one of my sample, the same sample again, the same data file. So here I have not mentioned columns. So if you want to mention, we can mention the columns. If you want to mention, if you mention a columns, what happens? We just need to mention the skip as one in the CTL file,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So save it.
We will
XXIFG.
mention columns that will be.
Yes, we can mention that. Not a
Hello.
problem. Yeah, we can mention. So these are the columns. Yeah,
I'm very new to that. That's why.
we can just mention the columns here. Okay. Now here I have the data like this. Okay. What I'll do is Control F,
Hmm.
replace,
With.
right? I'll remove the empty
Yes.
space also, right? Now then what I'll do is Control F, replace. That's it. No,
How
still
how that square symbol is coming here?
no. That is not square actually. The symbol is, it's non-readable character. It's non-readable character.
Okay. Yeah.
If they were evenly placed, then we would have got, like we would have replaced everything properly. But yeah, it's okay. Okay. Remove the spaces. Okay. This okay. Now I just prepared my column names, right? Now to validate, what you can do, just open
Yes.
this particular one using Excel sheet so that you can see the column names values properly, right?
Hmm.
Group ID, everything is proper now. Let's close it.
Yes.
Now we just got our data file. Now what is the next thing? We need to have a staging table also. So generally, like don't try to load your data into the interface table directly. That is not the proper approach.
Yes.
Always load the data into staging table first. So now what we have to do is we need to create a particular staging table. So now in the staging table, what columns you have to have it, it all depends upon your requirement. So the basic easiest way is like what you can do is just create. Okay, I'll just get the total GL interface structure, because anyway you require all the columns which you require which are there in the GL interface. Apart from that, you may require some additional columns, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll just create like this. I created my table now, right?
So this is the best method to create a. This is the your user table you are creating, right?
Custom table, staging table, custom
Yeah,
custom.
custom table.
Yeah,
Yes. It's a staging table, right? Okay.
yeah. See, for staging table, technically there is no difference between a staging table and the normal table. Only the purpose is different. Staging table, interface table, base table, everything is just, they are just simple create table command only. The only difference is the purpose is different. That's the only thing.
Okay. Okay.
Now we just got created our table. Now the next thing is we have to design our SQL loader.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll get my existing stuff. Okay, I think I have designed using different way. Okay, let me get anything, whatever. Okay, this is XML based approach. Yeah, this should be fine. So what we do is, like, as of now, like I'm just doing this all copy paste, right? So we'll try to work on a lot number of interfaces, at least like a 3 or 4 interfaces. Okay.
Okay.
Even though, like, let us say very basic thing, like, even though when you're doing copy paste, but if you understand what is needed, that is enough. So now here we have to understand each and every line what we are copying and pasting.
Yes.
Okay, that clarity you should have it.
Hmm.
So xx
Yes.
gl upload dot ctl. Now this is our CTL
CTL.
file. Like here we have to mention skip is equal to 1, right? Options
Yes. Yes.
skip
Yeah. Option skip is equal to 1.
1. Yeah. Load data in
Yes.
file. So make sure that you have to mention your data file. So this is my file name, and into particular table name. So what is our table? Here we mention table name, fields terminated by comma, optional enclosed by double quotes, trailing columns, and all this in date creation, right? These all things columns. The columns are similar. So when you create interface table, now
Yes.
here comes a very much important part. So when you want to work on a particular interface, first thing is you have to identify which columns are required, right? So now to the third party
Hmm.
system, you have to mention that when you're sending the data, make sure that you need to pass all these columns. Let us say if you don't have these particular values in your particular system, let me know what values have to enter. Now they say that, like, I don't know what is ledger ID, because we don't have ledger. They'll just say that, we
Hmm.
don't have ledger name kind of concept. You just need to mention what is the ledger name and what we have to do. So
Okay.
we have to transform. We have to, like, we generally call it as massaging or transformation.
Okay.
No, like very simple is, like, let us say assume that in your older system they just have, like a location name rather than the ledger name or operating unit name. They just have a location name. So they say that, like, if the location name is
Okay.
India, consider that the ledger ID is 1. If the location name is, like, US, consider the ledger ID is 2, something like that. So what you can do is,
Okay.
basic thing is, don't transform your data when it is coming to staging table. In the staging table, always just upload what you are receiving. Don't transform anything. Don't manipulate any data in the this particular staging table data. Why? Because in future, let us say they say that, like, what I am seeing in the front end is different from what I have provided. What you can do? Need to validate, right?
Yes.
That's the reason. Don't do any transformation in the
Yeah.
staging table data. Just upload the way you are receiving it, and while uploading into interface table, then you perform your transformation. Or other scenario also we have it. Some developers, what they prefer is, they will just create one more interface table. They generally call it as pre-interface table. They'll create one
Okay.
more custom table. They'll, transform all the data into this particular
Hmm.
pre-interface table, and then again they will upload the data into seed interface table.
Yes.
It depends on the design, the approach they follow. Okay. Now, yeah.
Like I have did in item interface,
Hmm.
like I have created in item interface first user table I have created, then staging table
Hmm.
I have
What do,
created like that.
what do you mean by user table?
User table means the whatever the columns are there in SQL like loader file, right? CSV file.
You
With
should
that
call,
names I will create.
don't tell user table. Mention that it's a custom table or a staging table. User the convention
Yeah,
for there is no value for user table. Doesn't have any meaning. I mean to say
yeah, okay, okay. Uh, Whatever the columns are there in the loader file, right?
data file,
CSV file.
data file.
Based on that column, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
data file. Based
Hmm.
on that only, we will be creating a custom table. That
Yes,
is
custom
not a
table.
staging table.
Okay.
Different.
Okay.
Yes.
What are you calling it
From
as?
then custom table.
Okay.
We will create like we will give a name. That's it.
See, like generally,
After that,
whenever you are
mhm,
uploading the data from your data file to a particular table, you generally call it a staging table. Or maybe
okay,
we may call it as custom table or data table or whatever it is.
okay,
So after uploading the data
okay, done.
into your custom table, what are you doing?
Custom table, then staging table.
Okay, then
We will run the loader file so that the records are validated, and it will be the records will be going into the staging table.
okay,
The data file,
okay.
the
After
data
that,
file records will be going. We will write all the PL SQL like interfaces coding. We will write
hmm,
using cursor or for loop, and on that basis again we will after doing that all coding, we will run the program. From staging table to it will be going to the interface table.
hmm.
We will after going to the interface table we will run our this one
Open interface program.
standard program.
Yeah,
Yeah, again then the program the code will be going to the records will be fetching into the base table of the
uploaded.
GL, and so on so on. Yes, this is the way we have it.
Same process. Only thing is you may have multiple staging tables. You may have multiple staging table.
Yes.
You may not have only one staging table. That's what like some developers follow.
Hmm.
Like initially they just upload the data into staging table, and then again they'll upload the data
Hmm.
into pre-interface table, and then finally they'll upload into the
Hmm.
standard interface table. I think it all depends upon the process what they want to follow.
Okay.
Okay, so now we
Okay.
have our CTL file and as well as
Hmm.
the data file. So I'll just move those particular two
Yes. Now
files
we have to move.
into our this one GL top. So it is not that we have to move to GL
Hmm.
top only. We can move to your custom top or maybe any application developer top also. Either way it should work. So make sure that you transfer the
Okay.
data in text mode. Okay.
Acha, text mode only. Okay.
Yes, text mode. This is mandatory. Else it will not work.
For binary for RDF reports.
RTF file you can transfer in the binary mode. But generally like when you're transferring CSV file
RDF.
RDF, yes, it has to be binary report definition file or report text like a
Yeah.
rich text format. They are binary data, so they have to for like either way it will work.
Okay.
Okay, now we are at this location,
Yes.
right? So unless these are two files which you uploaded now, right, into this location. Now, like again, there are different ways
Yes.
of like doing it, right?
Hmm.
So what we can do is like let us say before running it as concurrent program, I want to validate my CTL file. How to do it? Remember? I forgot. How do you run your
Sorry.
SQL? How do you run your SQL loader file from the command prompt?
FRMCMP. No, no, that is DDK. Sorry. Uh, Not
SQL
coming in the mind. Yeah.
SQL,
SQL
SQL
LDR.
LDR,
Yes. SQL LDR. Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it doesn't need to
Yes.
remember the options
Hmm.
here. It will automatically give you everything here, right? Keywords, it clearly
Wo-
mentions user ID
your
and
voice is
control. Hello, can you hear
yeah.
me?
Now it's fine.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Options we doesn't need to remember here. It's very easy. Just run the command. Automatically it will give you what are the options it has. It we have to provide. Okay. So SQL
Yeah,
LDR
yeah.
user ID is equal to username password and followed
Apps.
by control.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
It apps. Yeah. APS. Yeah. Hmm.
Right. This is my control file name. That's
Hmm.
it. Now
Yes.
before that, observe whether you have any data in the interface table. Sorry, our staging table. No data. Okay, it's empty. Right. Now
Yes. No data. Yes.
Now just run this particular script and just find out whether you have data now, right? So two records got uploaded here, right? Two records got uploaded properly
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Now the next step is we have to load the data from the custom table into seeded table, seeded interface table, isn't it?
Okay.
What we have to do, we have as of
Yes.
till like as of now we have done till this particular three steps: data file, staging table, and control file. Three steps are over. The next step is we have to load the data into
Hmm.
seeded interface table using custom PL/SQL API. Okay.
One second. The voice is breaking. Yeah. It's totally breaking.
Can you hear me now?
No. Yeah. Yeah. It's fine now.
What I'm saying is, as of now, we have done three steps. The next step is we have to load the data into the base, like a seeded interface table using a custom
Again
PL/SQL API.
breaking.
Can you rejoin? Okay. So now let us design the PL/SQL, the custom PL/SQL API to load the data from the staging table
Hmm.
to the seeded interface table.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll just create a simple procedure. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So now this is our SAMP
Yes.
script. In this one, we'll just select all the data from our custom table. Right.
Yes.
Insert into GL interface. Right. The table structure between the GL
Hmm.
interface and our custom table is same. That's the reason I could mention the record value directly. If the number of columns in your custom table and seeded table are different, then we have to mention each and every column separately. That's the only difference. Okay, got it?
Okay.
After loading the data into the interface table, so now what we
Hmm.
can do is either you can delete the data from this particular custom table, or you can just set the process flag to some particular value. It all depends upon the requirement, whether you want to maintain the data in the custom table or purge the data. Okay,
Okay.
so we have to follow a particular purging strategy.
Hmm.
So we need to validate with the business whether, like, once the data is uploaded into an interface table and if everything is success, what you want to do with the data, that we have to come up. Now
Yes.
we have uploaded the data into our, this particular logic will upload the data into the seeded interface table. Then register this particular program as a concurrent program, and you can simply run the program, right? So
Okay.
without registering as concurrent program, can I run it from SQL developer? Can I run it from SQL developer or not?
Mm.
Yes or no?
Yeah, we can do it.
We can do it, right?
Yes, yes,
How?
yes. Again, writing a procedure script for that.
Right? Anonymous block.
Script. Yeah, anonymous block only. Our procedure name, yes. And,
Okay, that's it. Now run this
okay.
program, run this particular script.
Yes, done.
Yeah. Okay. Now check the serial table whether you have the data in the serial table or not. Okay. So
Only one, two.
no, it's still running.
Okay.
Okay. Right? Two records.
Yeah. Yes.
And the date created, if you observe it, like it is showing this different value. Actually, what we have to do is like make sure that we enter the proper dates here. Either manipulate the data while inserting the data, or maybe the staging table data what you're getting, we have to transform to a proper value. Okay.
Hmm.
Now we have the data in the interface table, and then what we have to do? We can run your open interface program, right?
Yes. Hmm.
Import.
Run.
Yeah. I think system is slow today. Okay. Yeah. So mention the source. Ledger.
Manual. Yes.
Yeah. I think now can you see it's not providing any data, right? It is not giving any data.
Yes.
It means that
Yes.
the data in the interface table is different and what you're expecting is different.
Yes.
Okay, we need to properly validate that first of all.
Hmm.
It could be because of the date range what we have mentioned, or it could be because of like generally ledger ID plays a very crucial role. So let's see what is the issue.
Yeah.
So this was the data. What we can do is to understand this properly, we'll try to validate the data which we ran earlier.
Yes.
That's the easier way to find out. What we do is the earlier insert scripts, I'll just insert again. One insert. Second insert. Now again validate. Observe the difference between these two records, right? Dates are different, okay? That's the
Yes.
first difference. And any other value? These combinations are same, okay. And any other? Yeah, these are okay. DRC are okay. Group ID are okay also. Setup book ID, okay. Setup book ID, in my case it was null. Other case it
-1.
was -1. That is one difference we have.
Yes.
Maybe. So this is what happens generally. What happens is from the front end it will work fine. Independently it will work fine, and the data which you are uploading, maybe when you get these kind of issues, always validate your data, because based on the data only your system will work.
Yes.
Okay. Now maybe what I can
Hmm.
do is, one particular option I have here is maybe I'm feeling because of date it is having this issue. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say what I'll do is update GL interface, set accounting date is equal to sysdate. I'll try just after updating the sysdate here.
Okay. Accounting date.
Okay, 4 rows updated, perform commit. Okay, and
Yes.
I'll just say date created also, right?
Committed.
Hmm. Okay, but still we are not clear whether
Yes.
which data and all those things, right? Now what I'll do is, what we can do is while uploading, better we'll just change this one, 29th to 18, 29th, 29th. So I'll just copy the latest data file, binary. Okay, and now what we can do is we can delete the existing data from the interface table as well as the staging table. So it doesn't need this update script as of now. Delete from GL interface. See, if you are working on an interface table and if you are the only one who is working on the interface table, then delete the data directly. But if there are a couple of developers who are working, then be cautious before you delete.
Okay. Hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's the table name we created?
XLDF, INDF only.
Sorry, it is not star from. Okay,
Yeah.
now run this, right? Now
Hmm.
run this, right?
Hmm.
And then I think we have not saved that, right? So let me get if that got saved. No. Okay, declare p error buff. Yeah. See, in the SQL developer, let us say now we have created some particular data, right? I have not saved the file, but can you get the thing
Hmm.
which you have written? Yes, we can get that. SQL history, F8.
In your shed.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's it. Completed. Now check the table again, right? Let's try now.
Yes.
But what happened? It's still uploaded 5th Jan.
Hmm. Counting date.
Did I save the file? 29 Jan, 29 Jan.
29 Jan. Two dates are 29th Jan only.
Hmm. 1 minute. Check the data file. Yeah, it's XXIF only. Accounting date. Date created. Yeah. Three not 6 573. Oh, okay. Oh, I think this data. Okay. Check the interface table. Sorry. Check the interface table, right? Yeah, interface
5th Jan.
staging table. Very strange. What happened? Okay, commit. Let me try again. Wow.
Here date created can we take as a sys date over here in the control file?
Yeah, we can take it. Okay, let me check what is available here. Something is missing here. Where is our data file? Yeah, it is 5th Jan. Sorry. Can you see here? It's 5th Jan.
Just now it was 29 Jan, right?
Maybe it was not moved properly. It was not moved. Okay.
Now it's 29 Jan you have made it?
Yeah. Now I copied the proper file. Okay,
Hmm.
so delete this interface table.
Commit.
Commit.
Hmm.
Okay, 29 Jan, and then run the open this one. Now check the seeded interface table, and we got the old data as well as new data. What we can do is we can still I'll just delete this data. Delete from interface where accounting date is equal to this one,
Yeah.
right? Two rows deleted.
Yes.
Now,
Commit.
even though I have not mentioned time, it got deleted because the time value for that particular date was 00. That's the reason it got deleted. Else it will not get deleted. Okay.
Then okay.
So let's try whether it will show the data now or not.
Hmm.
Manual. Still the same issue, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So we'll try with the updating the set of book ID with -1. Okay. That we'll try.
Okay. Commit.
Yeah. Got it?
Yeah, that's yes.
That's the issue. So
Hmm.
there are a few things very difficult to find out. Yeah. Now click on
Hmm.
import, and the remaining process we just know it already, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And one more thing is like generally like some in for some set of interfaces, even Oracle provides sample data also.
Okay.
So that is another way to get the sample insert scripts. So based on that, we just need to prepare our data. Okay, it got completed. We output. Yeah, so this is our journal 79, manual A 1 2 3 4 5 and 79. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, now what we do is in the next session, we'll automate the total process. Like nothing but like we'll just a single program, just just run a single program. Everything has to run it. Like as of now, what is happening now?
Yes.
We are uploading the control file, then we are calling the PL SQL, then we are running the standard interface program, right? There are three programs which you have to run it. One is control file,
Master program.
one is control file,
Yes.
other one is PL SQL API, other one is a master like the serial open interface program. There are three programs we have to run it. What we do is like as a
Yes.
business user, I don't expect three programs. I don't want to run three programs. Or maybe let us say when you schedule it also, like nobody prefers to run three programs one by one. The best approach is
Yes.
we'll just design a program such a way that we just need to run only one program which will do all the remaining process. Okay.
Yes.
So we'll do
Definitely.
that in the next session.
Sure.
Okay.
Definitely.
So what we do is, and
Now.
one more important thing, what we do is now here in this particular sample, what we have done is so far, generally like it will consider only one file at a time. It will consider only one file at a
Okay.
time. But we can think again. Let us say like assume that you are getting your data from your SAP. SAP is providing the GL data. This has to be uploaded into Oracle. Now SAP says that I don't know at what time of at what interval I'll send you the data, but you have to process whenever you receive it. Or let us say they say that like in a given 1 hour, in a given hour I may send you 10 files or 15 files, but you need to run your program for every 1 hour. So let us
Okay.
say at 10 o'clock they may send you 10 files, and at 11 o'clock they may send you 4 files, and at 12 o'clock they may send you 100 files. So what they say is like as we don't know like how our business runs, or we are not sure like how particular like what will be the data size, but what we can do is like you run your program for each hour. Okay, make sure that your program runs for each hour. Simple. And in a given hour you need to
Okay.
process how many receive it. And one more thing is my file my file convention will be like it will have xx followed by some particular identifier followed by sap dot csv, something like this. They'll just say the file name will
Okay.
be always like this, xx underscore followed by some identifier followed by underscore sap dot csv.
Okay.
So it's a dynamic process, we have to do it. And they say that we should not go with the sova. If you use sova, that's a different story. You don't want to go sova here.
Okay.
We don't want to go with sova here,
Yes.
right? So we'll just design
Yes.
this kind of program now tomorrow. Okay.
Sure. Definitely. 9:30. Okay.
ठीक है.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much.
चलो bye.